Hi guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to BloomTV. Today I am going to do my first part in a three-part video about my completed series. So this is the first in a series of videos. So the first one, which is today's video, is going to be my completed series. The second is going to be uncompleted series of which all the books are published, and the third is going to be uncompleted series of which only a part of the series is published. So yeah, I think I've got about 17 series to show you, and also I just wanted to note that these are all books which I own one book in the series of or the whole series in physical format. I have probably read a lot more series than this, but I read them when I was younger, or I've read them and now gotten rid of them, or I just read them from the library, so yeah. Don't own them. There's also quite a few like childhood books on my other shelf which I just completely forgot about, so these are the ones I'm going to discuss, or just quickly show you. So the first series I have is the obvious Harry Potter series. This is the final book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The next series I have is the Anna and the French Kiss companion trilogy, which is makes up of Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. The next series I have is the Mortal Instruments series, comprising of City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and the final one, City of Heavenly Fire. Nearly forgot one of those then. Just quickly wanted to say that this is signed. Then the next series I have is by the same author, and that is the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare. This belongs to the same kind of overall arcing Shadowhunter Chronicles massive mass series which has individual series in. So this is Clockwork Angel, the second book in the trilogy is Clockwork Prince, and the third is Clockwork Princess. The next series I have is one I finished recently, and it is the Parasol Protectorate series by Gail Carriger, comprising of, oh gosh, Soulless, Changeless, Blameless, Heartless and Timeless. Those are ones that all sound very familiar and get very confuddled in my head. The next series I have is the Ruby Red trilogy, which I think is called the Precious Gemstone or Precious Stone trilogy in German if you translate it directly, but it doesn't have like a series title in the translated version, so I just call it the Ruby Red series, and it is comprises of Ruby Red, Sapphire Blue and Emerald Green, and these are all by Kirsten Gier. The next series I have is one again that I don't own all the copies of, so this is the final book, The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. The first book is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, and the second is The Evolution of Mara Dyer. Yes, that is correct. This next one I have is again the third book in a series, and I only own again the second and third book. I need to buy the first ones for both of these series. It's Ruin and Rising, the third book in the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. The first one is Shadow and Bone, and the second is Siege and Storm. And the next series I have is a classic, and it is the Hunger Games series. We all know that this is the Hunger Games, Catching Fire and Mockingjay. Classic dystopian. This is by Suzanne Collins, if I didn't say. The next one is the Shatter Me trilogy by Tahira Murphy, comprising of Shatter Me, Unravel Me, which is the second book, and the third book is Ignite Me. The next one is another very popular YA dystopian, and it is the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth, comprising of Divergent, Insurgent, and the very unpopular Allegiant, which is slightly unfair in my opinion, because that was one of my favourites. The next one is the Selection trilogy by Kiera Cass, comprising of the Selection, the Elite, and the One. The next one I have is probably my least favourite YA dystopian trilogy, and it is the Declaration trilogy by Gemma Malley, which comprises of the Declaration, the Declaration, the Resistance and the Legacy. Yeah, I might not keep this trilogy actually, I'm not a massive fan. The next one is one of my first completed series, and it is the Wolves of Mercy Fall series, The Wolves of Mercy Fall. And I'm going with this. This is originally a duology, and then last year Sinner was published, which was kind of a companion novel. I'm not counting that in like this trilogy. So yes, this is The Wolves of Mercy Fall. This is the first book, Shiver, the second is Linger, and the third is Forever. And then we have another classic, The Twilight Saga by Stephanie Meyer, one of the first series again that I ever finished. This comprises of Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse and Breaking Dawn. And the last one is again a book that I only own one of, and it is the Gracing Realm trilogy by Kristen Cashore, comprising of Gracelink, Fire and the final one, which is Bitter Blue. And then I have another series that I read and finished last year, which is the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book of the Final Empire, or just Mistborn as it's known in the US, and then the second is The Well of Ascension, and the third is The Hero of Ages. And the last series I have here is the Lux series. Again, not one of my favourites, but a lot of people love it. This is the bind-up with the first few books in it, which are Obsidian and Onyx. Then I believe there's Opal, which is the third book, Origin, which is the fourth, and Opposition, which is the fifth. So those are all my completed series. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon for another video, and look out for part 2 in this series, which is what we've taken to calling it on BookTube. Bye!